This Senate, under your leadership, we pass a resolution that the military high command should disclose the name of that officer, the action that had been taken against him, to satisfy us that that action was not willful, or that people who are trusted to protect us, that some of them have not become part of our problem.
Yes, guys, before we move forward, a round of applause for Senator Adams Oshomole, aka Oshobaba. You guys heard what he said. Don't worry, I will give you the full clip. Like when I saw the video, this very video of Senator Oshomole addressing other senators yesterday, I was so satisfied. That gives me the hope that, okay, we still have some good senators, some good politicians in this country. You guys remember that a lot of people have been calling on the president as regards to the Oyo State kidnapping incident that happened. Up to this minute, we never still hear anything. No? 2 days ago, our Baba, Egbon Bola Ahmed Tinubu, came out and said he don't approve 1,000 forest guard, not be 1,000 soldier or mopo. Me, I don't even know what can they happen for the country, whether mopo or soldier know they again. In fact, make we leave that one aside. Now, Senator Oshomole come out with full shares. He blast Senator Akpabio, which is the Senate president right now, and also throw allegedly a straight bullet go meet Bola Ahmed Tinubu. According to Senator Oshomole, he said why he be say the government they keep quiet over this kidnapping issue when it dey happen every day for inside Obodo Naija. Why are they keeping quiet? Why are they not doing something? And I know say some people talk am allegedly say it be like say some people aren't they inside this kidnapping. That is why the matter no dey comot for ground. In fact, before I let una hear wetin I want talk, and before I let una still hear wetin other people get when they talk for where I for see this news, make I let una see Adams Oshomole. Adams Oshomole, you too much, because Oshomole still asks question. Go reach that KB state kidnapping of children. When he be say they talk and say they give order, say make all the soldiers when he did that environment, make them evacuate, make them come out. They say no reach 40 minutes. Now bandits come and kidnap those children. In fact, hear from Adams Oshomole, and then I will be back with the rest of my thoughts in this video. More things plenty where I want to talk. Make we see the video, and if you never subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. My name is Lady J, and here is Lady J Corner. I bring you news and politics on a regular. Yes, so if you like what I do, subscribe. And I want to say thank you to my returning subscribers. You guys are awesome. See this video of Adams Oshomole, and I will be back with the rest of my thoughts.
This Senate, under your leadership, we pass a resolution that the military high command should disclose the name of that officer, the action that had been taken against him, to satisfy us that that action was not willful, or that people who are trusted to protect us, that some of them have not become part of our problem. Mr. President, I have always tried to be present in every day that this Senate sit. As I speak, I am not aware that we have gotten a response to that simple inquiry. If the armed forces is not accountable, if we do not carry out due audit and oversight on resources that we have all been blackmailed to appropriate to protect Nigeria, and we come here lamenting that the things is now taking over the country, I think we need to do more than that. I join in, I associate myself with all the comments that have been made, and there can be no question that it is very troubling, whether for children, for adults, for men, for women, to wake up or even on their bed to be abducted and taken to all sorts of places. They go through dehumanization, they end up paying ransom, and even at that, some end up being wasted. I am not sure, having listened this morning, with profound respect to all my distinguished colleagues who have spoken, I didn't hear anything new. We have competed for change of words to condemn, to denounce, to lament, to regret, to worry aloud about all of these things. And on each occasion, there are consequential prayers that this Senate has had to make. What I want to say this afternoon with profound respect is that it doesn't appear to me that we have carried out audit. By this I mean to refer to each of those resolutions that we have passed in the past, to ask ourselves, as a consequence, what specific actions have been taken based on those resolutions? If past resolutions did not change anything, why should we believe that today's own will be different? And if today's own will not be different, why should we waste our precious time on it? I want to draw your attention, Mr. President, to one particular one, because everybody in Nigeria must be accountable, whether you are under arms or you are armless. We all lamented, we were shocked about war kidnapping that took place in Kebbi. And it was reported, and the governor of Kebbi State cried aloud that military personnel that were in that particular school were ordered to be withdrawn. And about 40 minutes later, the kidnappers came and cut away about 200, I can't remember exactly the number of children. This Senate, under your leadership, we passed a resolution that the military high command should disclose the name of that officer, the action that had been taken against him, to satisfy us that that action was not willful, or that people who are trusted to protect us, that some of them have not become part of our problem. Mr. President, I have always tried to be present in every day that this Senate sits. As I speak, I am not aware that we have gotten a response to that simple inquiry. If the armed forces is not accountable, if we do not carry out due audit and oversight on resources that we have all been blackmailed to appropriate to protect Nigeria, and we come here lamenting that the things is now taking over the country, I think we need to do more than that. We need to carry out security audit. Money appropriated. Who got what? How was it used? And I insist that this Senate is entitled to have a reply to the question we unanimously ask. Who withdraw those people for the children to be carted away?
You have 1 second
now, if that was done, maybe these other ones now may not have happened. I associate myself with whatever we feel we can do, but I believe that any time we pass a motion, we're entitled to know the feedback arising from the response of the appropriate
agencies. Thank you very much. Your time is up. Last but not the least, Losani Musa, please give your own perspective to the motion.
Because of some external consideration, I found myself having to support the Senate president. Not only to support him, but to persuade anyone I could to vote for him. And I voted for him. And in Edo, he got all the 3 Senate votes. Because we have to persuade people to look at the bigger picture and all of that. So I voted for him. But I can tell you that within months of that office, assuming office, I think within 3 months or so, my former colleague, now governor of Edo State, he came here who are actually persuaded that we should all support him. And I told Senator Yari, sorry, based on the spirit they call, I will support Senator Yari because he's somebody I had known. We have worked together as a colleague in the same party for a long time. But I told him, on this matter of Senate President, sorry, I'm not able to support you because of certain criteria that we had agreed on, namely that this position be zoned to the South-South. And therefore, I am supporting the Senate President, and I did. And I persuaded Senator Monday to agree that if we don't support Senator Akpabio, people will accuse us of fostering, you remember the tension? Yeah. That you have president as Muslim, vice president as Muslim. So if you have the Senate President as Muslim and the Speaker as Muslim, before you know it, they will say, yeah, we have actually started the process of Islamization. And on my honor, I offered and I persuaded people to vote for Senator Akpabio. The day of the election, I never do that. I wore his muffler with his portrait to indicate that I am pro Akpabio. But today, like I said, 3 months later, that my governor came here and said we should go and see the Senate President. I said, no, it's too late. I've been there a couple of times. I'm always told he's not around. Okay. He said, no, let's go. I felt for someone who has always respected me, I should also accord him respect. Okay, let's go. He drove, 2 of us. We went to his house. And I was sure when I saw him, he said, oh, Adam, thank you. I said, what is the matter? He said he was told that I was attending a Northern Senators meeting who are planning to remove him. I said, who are the Northern Senators meeting who are planning to remove him? I asked him. And he mentioned some names. And I said, Mr. Akpabio, I have told you, you were my colleague also. You should know me. If I come to the conclusion that I will support those who are opposed to you, I will do so in the daytime. Why will I hold a nocturnal meeting when you cannot do me anything for planning anything I want to plan that is within the law? It is lawful to remove a Senate President following the provisions of the Nigeria Constitution. And Senate...
I saw the interview of Oshomole yesterday, how he went after Akpabio. Akpabio this, Akpabio that, how Akpabio's daughter got an NNPC job out of merit, kind of thing. Where if you watched one of my videos about a month ago where I said you should be expecting more of media attack against Akpabio from Oshomole. Because to Oshomole, the race to the office of the Senate President have just started, and he will do everything to want to see how to, demarket or to attack the image and the personality of Akpabio publicly. But to me, my advice to Oshomole, no matter how you shout, you attack Akpabio every 2 minutes on media, we, the general public, will not determine or vote in that election. So it's going to be a vote between you and your colleagues. And what your colleagues think about your personality and that of Akpabio matters. So you coming outside publicly, the question is, would they be even comfortable with your person? I think these guys, they are big boys. They somehow they are comfortable with a Senate President can maintain some level of decorum, and I don't think Akpabio Oshomole has just a character or is that kind of personality that could maintain some level of decorum in the Senate. So instead of you to look for how to appeal to your people, to know how to play your card, you coming outside publicly every two days attacking Akpabio, I don't know how far you will go with that. That is my personal opinion. Concerning the 210 trillion fraud of NNPC kind of thing, Melekare not showing up kind of, I don't think this is something that Senate could handle, because we are not talking about 100 billion. We are not talking about, because you can't tell me that all that money, was embezzled or some kind of thing only by Meleke, you know. So I believe it's a kind of systemic issue. You know, all those guys in the oil sector must have perpetrated all those kind of things one way or the other with all these international, you know, oil companies, you know, kind of thing. So it's something that should be handled by the office of the president directly. So, and I believe if there's anything in such like that kind of figures, and I believe that at appropriate time, maybe after the president would have won his re-election, he will definitely look for how to set up committees to go after these guys with AFCC, ICPC, Interpol, DSS, every, you know, state machineries that, you know, will be available, you know, including approaching court through the office of the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice, all kind of thing. So Senate setting up committee on this kind of thing. You people are just playing, just trying. It's better just to look like you are doing something. It's better you go and look for something else to oversight, or not that kind of. You know, oil sector is one of the darkest sector in Nigeria. And if you want to go after people like that, it's not something a senator will just sit and be shouting on. It have to be, in fact, if the president pushed too hard in that aspect, it may cost not only his life or his re-election. You know, so this is how dark, you know, this sector is. So all this drama, we want to recover, we want to, how much? 210 trillion? And you think the Senate of the Federal Republic will be the one that will? No, it is something that will be handled by the office of the president directly. If we
Welcome back, guys. You've heard from our Senator Adams Oshomole. Now let's see what other people have to say, and then I'll let you know what I have as well to say as regards to all this. So according to this person, the person says, may God bless Senator Adams Oshomole for his concern beyond his constituency. Oshomole now did not look at it like, I not concern me, no, it's not from my state. No, because it stands for Nigeria. Anything that is destroying Nigeria, anything that, you know, is causing unrest in Nigeria is supposed to concern him. It doesn't have to be that, oh, this is from my state, then I will react. This is not from my state. No. And this person said, Senator Adams Oshomole deserves the position of the Senate president. Very intelligent and vocal. You and I know that even before now, Adams Oshomole is a very, very vocal individual. Oshomole not dey spit for ground, they take am back. If Oshomole talk, you know, say yes. Anything when they talk, they talk am with a full chest. So Baba Egbon Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we still dey beg you. Yes, I beg, try as much as possible. Make una see, they go take rescue these children. Now we know say the kina, they demand for a very funny and unrealistic ransom. Even at that, I beg, government, make una try do wetin una suppose do. Una know wetin be the best, and make una do the thing wey be the best. Anyways, some people still dey ask Akpabio, say, who ordered the withdrawal of the military personnel from Kebbi State that made it possible for the kina to kidnap those set of children? In fact, a lot of people have a lot of questions that they are asking here. If I say we should continue, this video will be very, very long. So if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And I want to say a very big thank you once again to my returning subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thanks for always coming to support me. I appreciate you. I remain your one and only Lady J Corner.